This is going to be a quick guide on how to make your GTAIV videos look as best as they can in terms of the recording process. First thing is one of the most obvious ones, but it's still pretty good to know. You can disable your HUD and or the radar, and you can also make sure the radar is blips only if you want to use that. I mention this just in case you don't want to use the next thing, which is the Rockstar Editor. The Rockstar Editor is one of those things that I, and I believe others, underestimate how good it is and how powerful it is. Even if you don't make videos, you can use this to set up some pretty sick ass pictures, like maybe for a thumbnail or something. And if you're going to use the Rockstar Editor, then you should learn how to make the transitions and shit really smooth. So I'll give some tips on how to do that along with some general tips. The first thing you should know is not to make too many keyframes. If you're going from one place to another, try to make it so it's only 2 keyframes. The second thing is basically on those keyframes, make sure the first one is blend or linear out, and make sure the second one is blend or linear in. If you have to use more than 2 keyframes, then make sure all of them are blend and make sure the middle ones are in/out. The reason being is that this makes it a lot more smooth rather than being really sharp. The third thing is to remember that there are speed and filter options, but I wouldn't use those, and I would just learn how to do it in your video editor. And the reason being is because you can reach your specific goal a lot more and you have a lot more control and all that shit. The fourth and final thing is if you want more variety in your clips, remember to change weather, time of day, player models, vehicles, and all of that shit. And if you want to play as Nico but you want more variety, then change his clothes often. And if you want more clothing, then download the customizable Nico mod and use that. Also, as a quick tip, remember you can play animations and stuff with trainers. I recommend Zolika's trainer because it's better in every single way to the simple native trainer except with the bodyguards. But even then, it has additional features such as the tasks and animations. With this trainer, you can also use PED and vehicle recording, which the reason why I mention this is because you can make very specific scenes like this one. As another bonus, whenever you're using audio, rather than using the audio from the Rockstar Editor, I recommend using the audio from the character's location so the panning doesn't change so much. If you don't want to mess with the Rockstar Editor or it's not working or something like that, then know there are 2 free camera options. You can either use the Ultimate Camera Control mod, which the only time I used this, I didn't really like it because it just felt really redundant with the Rockstar Editor existing, and the other free camera mod, which is in the Zolika trainer. You can use it under the MISC option. The only thing with this mod is that when you hold down W, it gradually goes faster, but when you stop pressing it, it immediately stops. So it's really sharp and it doesn't really have a lot of control with it. One tip I'll give is that you can use a controller to make the camera move more smooth and stuff like that. I only use the free camera mods if I need a specific shot where it makes no sense to use the Rockstar Editor, or if I want to make a thumbnail picture. And if you're going to use the free camera mod, I recommend turning player visible to off in Zolika's trainer. It's under the MISC fun section. And unlike simple native trainer, this actually hides your shadow as well. And since we talked about Zolika's trainer, we might as well talk about the other 2 features that I use, which are reloading files without reloading of save or the game, and camera FOV. We can find the camera FOV option under the MISC helpful section at the way bottom. And we can find the reload files option in the memory editing section, which is also at the way bottom of the menu itself. For the camera FOV option, the highest you can go is 179, but I really don't know why you'd want to go higher anyways. I find 55 to 60 is the perfect area if you want to record or even just play in. For the reload files thing, there's only a few files you can actually reload as of this recording, which will be shown on screen. The final thing I'll talk about is the Greenscreen Mod. It basically puts a nice green screen area at Happiness Island. And just note, if you use this mod, make sure to turn off shadows and reflections. If you don't, it's gonna look like this, which 1 looks like dog shit and 2 won't be fun to work with. And that's basically all of the things that I could think of for video creation. Credits will be shown on screen as well as at the beginning of the video. And before this video ends, just keep in mind, none of this is necessary to make a good video. It's just maybe to bump up how nice and slick the video looks.